Back on the Peter King podcast, happy to be joined by Jalen Ramsey, the cornerback of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jalen, you've had a very interesting NFL career so far.
Have I?
You have. You've had a very, very interesting career. But I do need to ask you one question before we talk football. I was watching practice today, and the little pad that comes down from your back, there's a $20 bill in there, and at the bottom of the bill it says 20 land. Okay, so first of all, I've never seen a $20 bill on a piece of equipment before, so you've got to tell me the story.
It's just swag. It's just my mindset, I guess. Every time I go out there, I'm trying to make some money. Number 20, so I chose the $20 bill, and I forgot what I crossed out and put 20 land over. It's been like that for a few years, so I don't remember exactly, but.
So this is not a new thing. You've had that out there before.
Yeah, it's been there for a while.
Yeah. So one question about your arrival at training camp this year in the Brinks Truck. I need you to sort of tell me what was the thought process behind that, and how did you think? Did you think of it? Did someone else think of it? And tell me the story.
I knew I wanted to do something, and I had thought maybe of the Brinks Truck idea a little while back. But Adidas came to me, and Uninterrupted came to me, and they gave me two options kind of some things I could do to come into training camp. And option number one was the Brinks Truck with a influencer out here of my choice. The second option was kind of like Wolf of Wall Street, like very business-like, come up like in a black car and a suit and stuff. And of course, I picked the Brinks Truck idea. I thought it would be more fitting and funnier, so I picked that idea. And then they asked me the influencer I want to use. I told them Ha Davis, who's a comedian, and yeah, we kind of all collabed and went from there.
What is it now that it really seems like guys are kind of having fun by how they get to training camp? Antonio Brown in the hot air balloon, you in the Brinks Truck. Yeah, Antonio Brown, that was a pretty good one.
I agree.
So is it a little bit of a competition? Do you guys want to have somebody say, now that was the best trip to training camp?
I don't think it's really a competition. I think everybody does it in good fun, and they just kind of enjoy doing it. But
did you know Antonio Brown was going to do that?
I did not. No.
What did you think when you saw it?
I thought it was dope. I thought it was cool. Very creative.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I want to ask you a little bit about the position of cornerback and the scrutiny of the position of cornerback now, especially in the wake of the NFC Championship game, when a call that should have been made against Nickell Robey-Coleman in the NFC Championship game was missed, and the NFL has now reacted to it by basically saying we're going to allow pass interference to be replay reviewable now.
Yeah.
Give me your opinion of that now being able to be reviewed.
Well, if I understand the rules correctly, a coach can challenge it.
Correct. Whether it's called on the field or whether it's not called,
whether
he can
it's called
challenge.
or not, a coach can challenge it. But I mean, unless it's a crucial play or critical play, I don't see coaches just challenging it. You know, pass interferences all the time. Plus, you only get 2 challenges anyway.
Yeah, right.
I don't see them just throwing out challenge flags all the time for pass interference, unless it's in a crucial moment of the game. In that case, I agree. Everything should be under a microscope. So something like what happened in the NFC Championship game could get reviewed. So yeah, I think it's not bad, but as well, like human error with the refs and stuff, that's a real thing, and I think that's why the refs get paid, and we kind of have to trust that at the same time. So I don't really know. I'm indifferent about how I feel about it.
Do you worry at all, and has there been any talk that, sort of the jousting that you do with wide receivers anyway might get called, even though that is pretty natural on almost every, time you're in coverage?
Yeah, like I said, it's very natural. Receivers probably want flags every play, and we want flags on them every play as well, like offensive pass interference and defensive pass interference, respectively. But like I said, coaches have to be very smart and strategic on how they use their challenges. And other than that, if it's a touchdown, it's automatically reviewed. So I don't think that it's going to make a huge difference besides crucial moments of the game.
I've always thought that one of the best wide receivers I've ever seen at hiding offensive pass interference was Michael Irvin. And he knew exactly when he could do something, and he knew when all eyes were on him. And I wonder, how much of your play do you have to really think, even crew to crew, okay, how much can I get away with this crew? How much grabbing are they going to allow? How much is too much? How much is that a part of the cornerback wide receiver play right now?
I think it's a crucial part. Me personally, I try to play pretty consistent every game with how I do and the amount of physicalness and tugging I do and just my whole all-around game. But I definitely have learned some referee crews better than others, so I know if they're going to let us be a little bit more physical.
Do you study back judges and side judges and those guys at all, or not really?
Not study them. I wouldn't say study them.
Yeah.
I get a little familiar with them, though.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say study them.
Is there an understanding right now, like when you were growing up in this game, were there corners who you watched and to see, okay, how much can I get away with, and what is going too far? Who would you say you learned a lot from?
Yeah, I used to watch corners, of course, like Champ Bailey, of course. Used to watch highlights and clips of Dion all the time, Pat Pete, Revis. I mean, I could probably keep going. Cromartie. There's a lot of guys who I used to watch growing up, but I never watched it in the aspect of, oh, what can I get away with? I watched it more so as like, how can I play the game the right way as best as I can, and not have to feel like I have to get over and tug
right.
and do this type of stuff. Yeah, definitely gonna take my opportunities when I get a chance to get a little edge. But other than that, I want to play the game the right way, play the game fair, and beat guys just strictly off of skill and talent.
How much conversation happens between officials and you and defensive backs during a game?
Not too much. I mean,
maybe at the start of the game a little bit?
Possibly. It depends. If I know I'm playing a receiver who's pushes off a lot, I might just tell the ref to watch for it or something. But they do that. Receivers do that almost every game too. Like go up to refs and tell them, hey, this guy holds, or this guy does this, or this guy does that. So it's really up to the refs. They have to call the game consistently.
What was your feeling the other day when you saw that Mike Thomas signed for $20 million a year, richest receiver in the history of the game?
I was happy for him. Me and Mike have the same agent, so I knew the deal before it hit mainstream. But so I was extremely happy for him, and he's well deserving of it.
Do you think right now you're the best cornerback in football?
I know I am.
You're sure?
100%.
Will you get paid like that?
Yeah, I will.
Do you think you'll play your whole career in Jacksonville?
Maybe.
Last question for you. So this game, it enters its 100th year this year. And now, as you're going to start the next century as one of the big players in the NFL. What does that mean to you for a sport that's as big in this country right now, to know that as the game goes into its next century, all eyes on you?
I wouldn't really say all eyes on me. I mean, I do well for myself. I play at an elite level, but football is different than like a bunch of other sports, like basketball. There's like they can be a superstar on a team who can kind of take over a game in general. Playing corner, I can take over a side of the field at times, but I can't take over a complete game. Like I'm not playing offense. I have to rely on our offensive guys, Nick, and leading all the guys, Leonard out there, and everybody else we have out there. And I also have to rely on like my safeties, the linebackers, D-line to get pressure. I can't cover for 10 seconds, you know. No matter how good, you know, I may be or may think I am, I can't cover for 10 seconds. So like football is legit a whole team sport, like 11-11. So, yeah, it's important, and I take a lot of pride in doing my job very well at the most elite level that I can do it at, but I got to rely on my guys too.
Jalen Ramsey, have a great year.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.